The following day, Owein worked as if he were driven by some dark and demonic rage. His emotions were in a state of turmoil, and the only way he knew how to deal with them was through violent physical activity. When lunchtime came, he ate the cheese and tomato sandwiches that his mother had made for him in no time at all. Geraint Deacon looked at him and said, "You've been working like a good un this morning, Owein." Geraint was a lean lad of 22, with ginger hair and freckles, but you couldn't see his freckles now because his face was entirely black, apart from the white holes around his mouth and eyes. "Aye, that I have. Anyone 'ud think you was angry about summat." Owein didn't say anything. Realising that Owein was in no mood to take a ribbing from anyone, Rhys Trow shot Geraint a serious look. Geraint had a troublesome streak in him, and there was mischief in his eyes as he said, "Nothing like being soft on a lass to get a chap all worked up, is there?" Owein glared at him. "And just what's that supposed to mean?" "Come on, Owein. Everyone knows you took Rhiannon Dawkins to the fair. What happened? Tried to kiss her and she gave you the elbow, did she?" "If I were you, I'd keep your nose out of other people's affairs." "There's no need to go getting like that, matey." "Just shut your face, all right?" Owein snapped. "Anyway, you can talk. What about the way you follow Rhys's sister around like a dog, when it's obvious she doesn't want you?" "Hey, nobody talks to me like that," Geraint said, serious now. "Well, I just did." Geraint put his lunchbox down, and he sprang to his feet and stood there with his arms raised, fists at the ready. His eyes were two bright pinpoints, shining out of a black background. "Come on, then," he snarled, "if it's that you're after." Owein made to get to his feet, but before he could do so, Geraint lunged at him, forcing him backwards against the wall of the mine. Owein parried a couple of the lad's punches, and then he sprang up from the floor and pushed him backwards. Geraint went crashing into the wall, and as he did so, the support for the roof gave way. Owein and Geraint both realised the folly of what they'd been doing straight away, as dust and rock rained down on them. Owein even had the presence of mind to push Geraint along the tunnel and out of harm's way, and he followed him quickly. Then they were stopped in their tracks by the sound of a man's voice crying out. Someone was caught back there. "It's Rhys," Owein said. "Come on, Geraint, we've got to get him out." "It's too late." "But we've got to." Owein looked into Geraint's eyes and saw the fear in them. "Oh well, if the man's a coward and a shit, then that's his lookout," Owein thought, and he turned and went back to help Rhys, leaving Geraint to scamper off along the tunnel. Owein set about digging back the earth with his hands, to try to get to his friend. After he'd been doing this for some time, he unearthed Rhys's hand. Perhaps it still wasn't too late to save him. "Rhys," he shouted. "Hold on in there, mate." But just then, there was another cave-in, and a stone hit Owein on the head and knocked him out. When Owein came round, he realised he couldn't move, and he began to call out, but there was no response. Then Owein saw Rhys's hand, and he remembered what had happened. He called out to him, but Rhys made no response.